Welcome back, friends, and we gotta go fast, so let's jump right in. Oh, that's Sonic. So this is one of those things where it's almost like I want this block shape. It's hard to get the mono eyeball to look right. I am determined to do this correctly in a way that looks like it is Sonic the Hedgehog and is also something that I drew. Which is like, is that too tall an order somehow? Is my style incompatible with Sonic? I refuse to believe that. We're gonna figure this out. Here's the thing about Sonic. Sonic is almost always cross-eyed. Just in terms of like his eyeballs, relationship to his pupils and irises, he is almost always technically cross-eyed. The urge to give him like goggles or something is strong, but I'm gonna resist it. Head's a ball. Here's another problem, is I talked about how like a lot of Sonic characters kind of look very similar, and that is also leading me down some weird like brain paths as I'm drawing this. Is I'll put the head on and I'll put the eyeballs in place and try to get the snout in place, and then I'll be like, that doesn't look like Sonic, that looks like Knuckles, you know? And it's like, it's because I don't have any of the features on him yet. I should have just drawn Knuckles. I want to make his hands almost gauntlet-like. Not too gauntlet-like, because then he's going to just look like Knuckles. Come on, Brendan. Better or worse? I think maybe worse. Yeah, definitely worse. I don't know why I have so much trouble with this. Been in a funk lately, too. Which happens. And it's like, I don't know. Just want to do a good job. This is going to be one of those things where eventually I'm going to hit upon it and I'm going to go, there it is! Why did I ever doubt myself? So I'll let you know when we hit that. Because we have not. We have not hit it yet. Part of the issue here is that the ears are not really front facing, they're side facing. So much of this stuff, and this is part of the reason why Sonic's design is so good, is you just look at it and you feel like you've got it internalized almost. But it's like you really don't. Trying to figure out how many friggin' quills he's got. Gonna drive me nuts. And if ever there was a time for somebody to scream at me in the comments about all the things I'm doing wrong, this is still not it. Because let me tell you something, these videos are recorded in advance, and if you tell me a thing, I'm not going to be able to do anything about it. Here's another problem with Sonic, is he's got all kinds of bits and bobs. It makes it like freaking impossible to get all of his features in frame. Like his hands are big, his feet are big, his head is big. It's really funny that I was like, I'll grab this thing to save time, and then I just like erased all of it. This is another... I've talked about this before. The desire to draw every aspect of the figure every time you do the drawing, and how that's a bad instinct, right? I'm gonna calm down and take my own advice. I'm in a frame of mind this week that I'm going to call easily frustratable. Being aware of that helps me fight against it. It unfortunately does not cure it. I want to make his quills bigger, which might be silly. But I'm a fan of doing like exaggerated features, and that is a big Sonic feature is the quills. So I want to pump up the quills, and they're kind of cylindrical. tapered cylinders, if you will. I am also a very big fan of the music of Sonic the Hedgehog, both classic and, well, modern's not the right word anymore. Classic and newer. Crush 40 for Hall of Fame. But I actually have a lot of Sonic tracks on my work playlist. Mostly stuff from SA2. It's very inspirational. There's also a lo-fi channel that I listen to that is all like lo-fi Sonic remixes. The music's just good. It's like silly and campy and just fun. I don't know. Okay, I'm starting to dig on the face a little more. Which, it's like, gotta remind myself, because this always happens to me. Just take the time and work the drawing. You'll end up liking it eventually. Now, what to do with his second hand, if anything? Because I'm thinking... something as simple as this. It's back there, right? Thank God I'm not using paper. Can you imagine how much paper I would waste? It's a lot. The answer is a lot. Your big old foot. I should go back and finish Sonic Frontiers at some point. I started it. I actually quite enjoyed it. And I love all the boss music in that game. My one, I think, complaint is I don't care for the world music so much. Which is not to say it's bad. It was fine. It was good. But it's like all like atmospheric piano-y kind of stuff, which I would really much prefer the Naughty's era Crush 40 wailing guitars kind of stuff. They're kind of the more ambient tracks that are in like the adventure games and etc. But you know, a Sonic game that is playable is something that's like, hey, cause for celebration. Frontiers is a lot of fun. Do some fun stuff playing here with like making the foreground limbs bigger and the background ones smaller. Adds to the sense of perspective, speed. Just make the head bigger too. Head bigger and closer to the front. Hey, that ain't bad. See, I knew I'd get there. That's pretty good. And I like it better than that. And I like it better than this. And I like it better than, I definitely like it better than that. This is not a bad one with the kind of just the static pose with the feet planted on the ground, but we've already kind of, oh, now we've got decisions to make. Maybe it's a combination of the two. Bear with me. Stupid. I'm not sure how I would make that work. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna need to pick one and live with my choice. I'm gonna go with this one. It's more dynamic. Maybe we'll have him looking at the viewer. Maybe. Most important thing is that he looks like Sonic. Okay, so we've settled on something here. So that's it for today's episode. Tomorrow we'll do more things. We'll see you then.